Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today we're going to talk to some experienced RVers who are about to embrace the full-time RVing lifestyle. Today's episode is sponsored by The Dreamer's Journey, a new online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is too short for you to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear, because you were designed for more. Get started today with the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. For a monthly subscription fee, people can participate in 2 online webinars every week to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, where to call home, and how to find a job or start a mobile business. All online events will be recorded for watching anytime. Subscribers can also join an open question and answer session each month. For more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Julia and Carey Bryant are Texas residents and experienced RVers as weekend warriors in a 22-year-old motorhome without slide-outs. Carey grew up in the RV and outdoor hospitality industry. His parents operated an RV dealership and campground near Abilene, Texas. Julia grew up tent camping, which is something she says she didn't enjoy as a child. They really got the travel bug a few years ago when Julia and Carey traveled throughout Montana and the Dakotas with his parents for 3 weeks. But they still had jobs to do and ended their wandering adventure. As they inch toward retirement, they're looking forward to full-time RVing and really want to visit Alaska. The Bryants plan to finance their adventure through investments and income from real estate they own. However, Carey is also a certified RV technician, and he's planning to make some extra money doing that as they travel. They first learned about work camping a few years ago when the campground host at the campground they were staying described the experience and the lifestyle. After getting involved with the Workamper organization, they stumbled upon a great job for work campers that involves traveling throughout a region of the country, grading campgrounds and selling advertising in Good Sam directories. So they'll be headed back to the Plain State this summer to take on that job. To tell us more about their plans, please welcome Julia and Carey Bryant to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Julia and Carey. I really appreciate you coming on the show. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
We're from Royce City, Texas, which is located 30 miles east of downtown Dallas on Interstate 30.
That's a big metropolitan area.
It's growing fast. We just recently had a new Buc-ee's come to town, so that's kind of put us on the map.
There you go. And for those people who live outside of Buc-ee's or outside of Texas, Buc-ee's is probably the largest gas stations in the country. They have something like 120 pumps, and then the inside is like a Walmart with all of the souvenirs and supplies and things like that are in there, and
yes.
fresh food,
and they're known for their clean bathrooms.
Great bathrooms.
And
yes.
huge bathrooms.
That's right, yeah. Well, if you have 120 pumps, you probably have a few customers coming in there to use
Amen.
the restroom.
Right.
Very good. So how long have you lived in Texas?
57 years for me.
Okay.
I was born in Texas. My father was in the Air Force, so we moved away pretty early. I got back as soon as I could, but since Carey and I met, I guess I've lived there now about, how long, honey?
Close to 20 years.
Okay.
So it's your adopted home.
It is.
Yeah. And
It
for you,
is.
you're born and raised?
Born and raised there.
Very good. Now, do you have kids?
We do. We have 3 beautiful children together. We are second marriage people, which
Okay.
I know there's a lot of those here,
Lots.
and we're very happy blended family, and so we have a married daughter who is now
36.
36.
and she has 2 beautiful children, and we have a married son who has 1 beautiful daughter, and then we have another. Our youngest is 26. And he's the single guy right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a grandpuppy?
Oh, we We do have grandpuppies. We
A
do.
couple of them.
We have two. Yes.
Very
One is real sweet and one's crazy.
Okay. So you are experienced RVers. You've been doing it kind of like weekend warriors, maybe vacations in the summer for a while, right?
Correct.
What type of rig do you have?
We have a 37-foot Safari motorhome that's 22 years old. It's a 1997 model. Most mistake it for a 2-year-old model.
Mm-hmm.
We had an open house last night, had a lot of RVers come through it. Many of them said it was their favorite one.
Is that right? Why-
It's very surprising because it's a beautiful rig and he keeps it very clean and keeps it maintained well. But it's odd in that it has no slide outs. People don't think they can live without it being larger, but you really can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The slide outs are just one less thing to worry about, right?
That's true.
Yeah, super. And have you done any unique modifications to it to have made it different or adapt to your lifestyle?
Not just yet, but we do have a remodel planned for the living area as we are going to be spending more time in it now rather than just weekends and vacations. We plan to make it a little more tailored just to Julia and I. So we'll be making some modifications to the front living quarters so that it's a little more friendly just for a couple and take the more or less family aspect out of it.
That is one of the problems with the RV industry is they make great RVs to support about 10 people for a weekend, but you need to do some modifications to support a couple for a year.
That's right.
Right.
And he also just recently bought us a small steam oven, and so we're going to start using that a lot instead of the oven that comes in the RV.
Okay, very good. What drew you to the RV lifestyle?
I'll take that, I guess, Julia. I was in my teenage years. My parents and my family, my sisters and I, we helped build an RV park in Abilene, Texas. It's still in operation today, and my parents also had an RV dealership there. So I grew up in that industry. Always had a love for that lifestyle and their enthusiasm for RVs, as they had several during my childhood, led them into building an RV park. Mm-hmm. So we had traveled a bit, and they had seen some RV parks out there and kind of knew what they wanted to do, and had some acreage located out west of Abilene, east of Abilene actually, on Interstate 20, and built a very nice campground, which again is still in operation today.
Are they running it?
No, they sold it within probably 5 years of building it. The economy back in the late 70s is when gas prices went from 29, 30 cents a gallon up to 80 plus cents a gallon, and everyone thought the RV industry was over. No one would ever be able to afford to travel again via RV.
That's right.
Little did they know they were way wrong, but it was a little fear factor that set in, I think, for my parents, and so they had an opportunity to sell it and did so.
Did you grow up on an RV park?
I did.
You
Yes,
did?
we lived at the facility, so I had those nights where RVers came in and ran over a water faucet at 3 a.m., and I got the knock on the door. That was part of my deal.
That was your deal.
Right. We were in make ready, so I washed RVs, installed air conditioners, hitches, things of that nature. Grew up doing that along with my dad.
Okay, so you're well experienced with the RV industry and the lifestyle. But you, Julia, you just fell into it when you married him.
I really did. My experience with camping was with family when I was younger, tent camping, which I didn't enjoy.
You did?
I did not enjoy sleeping in a tent, and I was really an anxious child. So I was scared all the time about an animal, coming into the tent or whatever. So when I married Carey, and he was he hunts, and he was wanting me to go to the deer lease with him, and I said, sure, I'll go if we have a place to stay with 4 walls. Mm-hmm. And so when he suggested RV, I'm like, okay, I can handle that then.
You're the type of person we like to say loves to camp under 5 stars.
Correct.
Right? Just
Glamping.
That's
somewhat.
perfect. That's perfect.
She loves the campfire, but she wants that shower and that warm bed.
Amen.
Who doesn't, really?
True.
You get to a certain point in your age where sleeping on a rock just doesn't do it for you anymore.
That's
do it.
fact.
Yeah, exactly, on the ground. So where do you want to go when you hit the full-time lifestyle?
Wow.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Want to see it all.
We have really, we were blessed a couple of years ago to travel with his parents and sister. We all piled into one RV and went all the way from Texas up to the Dakotas. What was the farthest point we went
That was the
to?
Canadian border. We were at Glacier National
okay.
Park
Yeah.
as well, so we went over to Glacier and Yellowstone.
Gorgeous.
So of course that was only like a 2-week trip or something, honey.
three weeks, just
3
21
weeks.
days. It was 21
And
days.
so going up and then coming back down, and we stopped a lot and had a great time. But you know how it is. You want to spend a little more time at each place.
Right.
And and really our past, we've gone to, like, say, the beach, but you can only stay there so long and then you have to come back and go to your job. So we're looking forward to spending more time at these places. In the United States, I have always told him, if I want to go somewhere on vacation, my bucket list does not go outside of the United States. I really want to see America.
There's plenty to see here, isn't
Yes.
there?
Right.
Yeah, Texas alone
Yeah, right.
is so diverse.
That's right.
So
Yeah, you could spend a whole year in Texas.
it's true.
That's right. And more, as you have proven.
That's right.
Is there anything top of the list for you as to places that you'd like to go?
Well, eventually, I would certainly like to do Alaska while I'm fit enough to be able to really take it in and enjoy it as the locals do. And that's, anything we do, we try to put the local flair to it. We like the local grease when it comes to an eating establishment, and we like to see things from the local perspective. So being able to be there long enough to do that and see some of those areas that we certainly wouldn't have seen if we hadn't adopted this lifestyle. So we're on page 1, and we've got a whole book to write here, and I anticipate if everything holds well, we should be able to see it all.
That is a nice part of RVing, is to be able to go into an area and fully immerse yourself into that culture.
Yes.
You go to TripAdvisor and you see these top 10 places that people go. And so when you're planning a trip to an area, you go to a website like that and you hit those 10 places and you ignore the 20, 30, 40 other places that are just as beautiful, maybe more so, less crowded. And so being in an area for a while, you get to see it all.
That's right, Greg, and that's really what we anticipate being able to do, and hope that is what we're able to make happen.
Mm-hmm. Is there a state that you really top of your list?
I don't know, because I have always had this, I love the beach mindset. And so I used to tell Carrie, can we buy a house on the beach? And he said, no, but we can RV there and put that house, on the beach for a little bit and then move on and go somewhere else. And what's odd is we may not think that a state in the middle of the country is where we want to go, but once we get there and work there, maybe we go, wow, this place was really great. This was interesting. I've really never spent a lot of time in most places in the United States. We lived in New Mexico for a while my dad was in the service, and I wouldn't mind spending a little more time there. I love that kind of mountainous area, where you can go up in the mountains and have your snow and then be down in the valley and it's 70 degrees. I like that.
I was stationed at Holloman Air Force Base in Alamogordo, and that's what I loved.
Yes.
I came from Wisconsin, and the desert was different, but you could go 15 miles up the mountain and enjoy a wonderful experience with water and trees and things like that, and then come down to 72 degrees in the winter.
That's right, and that's the kind of thing I'm looking forward to doing and seeing and going. There's not one particular place that, in my mind, that I have to go to or won't go to.
Okay. Are you going to be financing this journey by working jobs, or are you running a business?
Well, we're fortunate enough to have an income even without us having a job. So we have some investments in rental property and real estate that are allowing us this opportunity. But along with that, we're not ready to quit. We want to continue to work. So we've been planning this for a few years. And a few years ago, I kind of got a bad bounce in life, career-wise. And so at the time, it seemed like it was a bad bounce. It seems now it turned out maybe it wasn't so bad. So I took that opportunity to go to an RV trading school and got a RV certification. So I'm RVIA, RVDA certified to work on RVs. And as we travel, that's one of my plans is to take those talents that I've had along the years and being able to work on some RVs and make some extra money along the way. And at the same time, we'll plan to do some work camping as well, primarily with the new opportunity we just were given with Good Sam. And I'll let Julia take that.
Well, we were blessed to run into some old friends that we hadn't seen in many, many, many years, and found out about an opportunity to work a full, more or less full-time, part-time job for several months throughout the year that we could possibly interview for. And it's like a work camping deal because you are able to move around, try different things. But this is through Good Sam particularly that we're going to this summer, May through September, I guess. And we will be calling on RV parks and grading them. They have a grading system. When you go on to a Good Sam park, they will let you see what the good points about it are, and maybe not so great. And then also, Carrie and I both have a background in sales in one way or another, and so we're going to be trying to help sell ads and things for Good Sam as well through that job. So we'll be making money that way, and I've learned by being here at this Workamper News Rendezvous that there are a lot of opportunities to work for them as well as ambassadors and doing pretty much that same thing. And I'm excited about that.
So true.
A lot.
There are a lot of opportunities out there to make
Yes.
money. People don't realize how easy it is now, especially in the age of technology, to be able to make money on the road to support your lifestyle.
Yeah, we can't just pack up and just travel around the country forever, and we don't want to. Honestly, he and I would lose our minds if we weren't doing something tangible. And
We want to
so-
still be productive.
Yes.
And it helps the retirement dollars, even the pensions and the investments
Absolutely.
and all of that. It stretches that dollars even further.
Yes.
You bet. Yes.
If we can do that without even tapping into any of those resources, that would be a great thing.
So you'll be having campgrounds to stay at all summer long, it sounds like, where you'll be going to do your evaluations and
Yes.
things like that.
That's correct. Yes, and of our right out of the box, we were assigned. We didn't know where we would be assigned
We got the assignment day before yesterday.
Is that right?
while we were here, and they
Okay.
called us during one of our classes, and so we had to step out of the class to take the phone call. And we're going to get to do South Dakota, North Dakota, and Nebraska, which we were floored. So, of course, we're going to have a great time traveling around that area.
The Plain States for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be fun. And I can assure you that with experience and training in repairing RVs, you will have no problem at all picking up extra cash fixing RVs in campgrounds.
I've had a few jobs in the last few days that I've been here.
Is that right?
I have.
Yes,
I have.
and it'll be great to be able to tell people that Workamper News offers these classes
Oh,
that people can
absolutely.
go to. In Athens. And if you can't make it to Athens, well, then take the online course or that. So it's so perfect to be able to educate people.
One of the things that I've been amazed at, I guess, here is the amount of free information that we've been given from others, and I feel, I'm sure Julia does as well, because we're both passionate about this, is that it's important for us to pass that information on freely as well, and to make sure that people know that there are resources out there. We may not know what they are, but we know where to find them, and hopefully can direct them to the great things and the free things, the discounted things that we've been now exposed to that will make our travels even less burdening.
Right. And by here, we're talking about the Workamper Rendezvous in Heber Springs, Arkansas, which is an annual event that's put on every fall, which attracts several hundred experienced RVers and people who are dreaming about the RV lifestyle to learn what to do on the road, how to manage their life on the road, and things like that. So what attracted you to Workamper Rendezvous? How'd you find out about
A
it?
few years ago, we were in a campground just outside of Dallas. I believe it was in the Tawakoni area, celebrating a birthday with my father. And we had numerous people come over, stay in the campground for that event. One night at a campground, our camp host came around, and he was a colorful guy, very personable, and wanted to make sure we had plenty of firewood and that type thing. And so we struck up conversation with him, and he explained to us that he was a work camper. And I kind of knew what the concept would be just from the wording and the title, but I didn't realize the network that was out there. So he had given me a little more information, a website, and I went to the Workamper news website, I think that night from our RV, and
Sure you did.
and joined that night. I thought we're not quite ready for this, but I want to put the steps into place. I want to get exposure and education now. Before we have the opportunity to do this, I want to get armed with the information.
That is a very important thing, because you can do the research by yourself, but you don't know who to trust.
True.
So you'll go to a website like Workamper News, which has a wealth of information about how to start the lifestyle and maintain it, how to get a job, where to get a job, how to apply for jobs, things like that. And you can do it the right way. And so coming to a conference like that really gives you a springboard to launch the lifestyle.
No doubt.
I agree. And if people are saying, but I just can't do it. I can't do it for 5 more years. Well, that's okay. I still think that you need to have that in your hand. And every time we get that magazine, we're excited to look through it and read these articles and see what other people are doing.
And I bet you that if people did some research and actually sat down at the pen and paper and looked at their lifestyle and their budgets and things like that, they'd be amazed that they could start this lifestyle even earlier than they ever dreamed possible, because of the support network that Workamper News provides. And hooking them up with health insurance now that's making it available for RVers, that's always been a stumbling block. They took away that. They took care of that this year.
That's huge. It is huge.
So,
yes.
Full of opportunities.
Do you have any advice for people who are considering the RV or work camping lifestyle?
Definitely get connected with Workamper News, because it's going to expose you to a tremendous amount of information you didn't know was already there, already compiled, and ready for you just to tap in.
And go to RV shows, or talk to your friends that have RVs and ask them what they think. Or because one of the things that we've discussed here on Tuesday and Wednesday night, there were open houses. At the dam site and over at Heber Springs RV Park where we're located. And it allowed people to come through and look at your RV, see what kind of storage you had, what was a pro and a con about maybe a fifth wheel or a camper or a Class A motorhome, all the different things. There are people here at this conference who are staying in a hotel because they don't have an RV. And so, just get educated.
They're here for the information.
Well, it's good to come here and find out what type of RV would best suit them.
That's
and the
correct.
types of things, because it's more, you just can't really go into an RV dealership and say, I'm going to buy an RV. You want one that will support you.
That's right.
And store your stuff for an entire year.
And you don't have to go out and buy the latest, greatest brand new one.
That's a real
Yeah, that's a
misnomer,
big,
I think.
Exactly.
Right. So, well, thank you very much, guys, for taking the time
Thank
to share
you.
your
Thank you, Greg.
experience. This has been fun. I wish you the best of luck on your adventure.
Thank you.
Thank you
We're
again.
glad you're here.
I'd like to thank Julia and Carey Bryant for sharing their story with us. Julia noted one of the big advantages of RV living, and that is the ability to visit an area for an extended period of time without really making a big commitment to get there. She likes the beach and always wanted to live by the beach, but with an RV they can park the rig close to the waves for a few weeks and then move on to try something else. She also likes the mountains, but doesn't really want to live in cold winters. Once again, an RV can let them enjoy the best of both worlds. Carey already knows he can pick up a few extra dollars by fixing things in RVs at campgrounds he is visiting, and he recommends people to take training to learn how to provide that kind of service. Workamper News played a big role in preparing Julia and Carey for their new life, and they encourage others to tap into the wealth of information available on the Workamper website. They also encourage people to check out how other RVers have set up their rigs for full-time living in order to maximize storage. By touring other RVs, people can ask folks currently living in travel trailers, fifth wheels, or motorhomes to describe the pros and cons of each type of rig in order to make an informed decision about the type of RV to use when enjoying the full-time lifestyle. People will have several opportunities to do that this fall at the Workamper Rendezvous, scheduled for October 17th to 23rd in Heber Springs, Arkansas. There are usually 2 open houses planned each year for people to tour RVs used by experienced workampers. Workamper News is a magazine and online publication that connects RVers to full and part-time jobs around the country. Whether it is running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's 1-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. That's all we have for today. Next time, I'll interview another couple I met at last year's Rendezvous event. It will be the last interview from that series I recorded in October. This couple provides a wealth of information about RVing and the workamping lifestyle. We'll see you next time on The Workamper Show. Thanks for listening.